Oh my God, Todd, put it away.
No, oh it's so big.
Yo! Garrett's here. Drew's here. I'm here. Where's Todd? Where's Todd?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, listen, I gotta go have a 2-on-1 match with the Stompers, but we ain't wrestling. Oh.
Wow!
That was awesome.
Wrestle Fandom Radio is here. I know. You guys have all missed Drew. You thought you were going to have all four of us, but guess what, guys? Now we're missing Garrett.
What are you talking about?
Calm down. He'll be back next week, I think. He said, right?
He's right here.
Right here. Here he is.
So, Garrett, what are you going to complain about today? Anything?
Not enough men around. See ya.
Nice.
Okay. All right, let me find our thing so I can share or tag it on Facebook. And actually, why I do that, since Garrett's not here, he wanted to show us
Here's the
something.
video.
And I'm gonna be mad at this in a minute, but let's go look at it.
Really backstage at UWE Ultimate. Frankie, I just had a random thought. What's going on with you and all this Wrestle Fandom guys?
Well, hello, Billy from the Round the Ropes podcast. It's me and Frankie. I'm Frankie, this is Scoot. And what's going on with me and all them Wrestle Fandom losers? I don't know. That Garrett guy came, got mad because I didn't know his name because it's a stupid name. What kind of last name is Plunkett? Like, come on, dude. Get out of here with that bullcrap. To be honest, I'm sick of this man. I think I want to wrestle him someday. So if he ever has balls to come look at Frankie, he can. Shut up. Yeah. Shut up, John. Garrett. Why am I here? I said I was leaving the last time. Where's Garrett?
Okay, so Tweedle Dumb and Tweedle Inbred want you to talk shit about us some more. I don't know why they're singling Garrett out here because
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
No, because I'm pretty sure last time we had a video from them, I openly threatened both of them, talked into quite detail of what I would do to them, and yet it's crickets. So I get being a bully, picking on the skinny, kind of lame-o kid like Garrett. I get that.
But he's tall.
Right?
He's tall.
He is tall. He is tall, but so is Big Bird, okay? So, Big Bird wasn't hurting nobody.
What you know
And
of.
these stompers,
Yeah, I know, right?
like, if they want to have a Hills Have Eyes match, we can do that. Like, whatever these clowns want to do. Like, let's go. I've known you both since you were barely, like, not semen stains anymore. Like, come on. You guys are losers. Just go away. Leave us alone.
I don't think they ever surpassed the Siemens stage.
Fine. You want to talk smack, whatever. But at the end of the day, you both are just a little bit of face paint away from clown school. So just go away, okay? We don't want you. We don't need you. Boo-boo. And in that, before we get into things, so I don't forget, here's a little word from our sponsor.
Have you ever found yourself in the need for some screen printing? What about some vinyl work? Well, we have the spot for you. Seasonal Sports, 215 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. Has all your needs. Go see Fred at Seasonal Sports.
Okay.
So you got to change that shit too. Instead of we got the spot for you, we got the G spot for you.
Ooh, the
Seasonal
Garrett spot.
Sports.
The Garrett.
Yeah, the Garrett spot.
So, we can start with, and I remembered what it was. It was a SmackDown Slam Down, right? Is that what it was, Drew? Last week, I couldn't remember it to save my life. So, we'll go through. SmackDown was pretty fucking interesting. And before I get super into my my little, what's it called? Review of the episode. Yeah, my little review of the episode. We will go to, let me pull it up quick. We have our correspondent. Let me see, Billy Stompers last week. Where'd it go?
Stop eating the leg.
But we have our Dominic Mysterio correspondent. She sent us another little video. Let's open with, let's do preview. There it is.
We're so professional.
Shh. Be quiet, computer. There we go. Thought I had this pulled up prior, but I did not pull it up the right way. All right. And then we'll get into our. Yep. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Carly, and today we're here to talk about Dominic Mysterio's this week's drama. When they first walked out, well, the new Judgment Day walked out, I was screaming my heart out. I'm such a big fan of them. They got into the ring, and a few minutes later, bada bing, bada bing, you saw his father and his whole gang. They started doing a tag team match, and it was just a bunch of things going on. At one point, I was just so shocked. There was so much right now. And he had won against his father, I was very proud of him. And then, guess who came out? Rhea and Damien. It was very shocking. I was literally bursting my heart out. I was so scared for them. But you know what? They were able to manage and escape them, which was very shocking. But they looked very angry, and they really want revenge. Liv Morgan had gotten swung into the ring by Rhea Ripley, which was honestly very scary. I was very scared for them. But
I was super scared,
escape,
guys.
and hopefully they can escape next time. I can't wait for next week's Raw. Bye!
So, what I love about this is it shows you the true perspective, like how you perceive everything. Because us, we're like, Dom is just the heel, he's a douchebag and everything, but her, through her heart-shaped glasses, is seeing her man being attacked, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
But I also like that she realizes that it's acting and stuff too. You know what I mean? Like it's a very perfect blend of both sides. Being a fan and being involved in emotionally in the storyline, and
it's like
also
watching your favorite show.
Yeah, but also knowing in the back of your head, hey, these are people he actually has his wife and da da da.
Right.
It's, even though she probably wishes he doesn't have a wife, but that's her. No, it is great. It needs to continue because it's fun. Like Drew.
So if you want to do SmackDown first?
Yeah, let's smack it down. Let's smack first.
All right, here is the SmackDown Slam Down. All right, here is what was booked for tonight. The Bloodline versus the Street Profits, tag titles on the line. Then we had Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, and Blair Davenport. And then, LA Knight puts up his U.S. title against Santos Escobar. And then we have the American Nightmare himself on the Grayson Waller effect. They opened with it. Dude, I know it's been done a million times with the different shows throughout the up. You know what? We're going to TV timeout it right now. Drew, I'll hit you with a solo.
With a solo?
Yeah, we're gonna throw
Okay.
Solo at you.
Yeah, let's do it.
I
right, well,
want you to eulogize.
We'll give Sid his moment first. So it's hold on, I got a couple of notes here because this is when wrestling really started to come into focus for me.
Same.
Hold on, sorry. I was ill prepared. So it was. Where's it at? Oh my God, Psycho Sid.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I want to say it was June '91. I'm probably like tail end of kindergarten, getting ready. Yeah, I'm tail end of kindergarten. I'm not even in first grade yet. I'm
Closer to the
watching
mic, Drew.
What?
Closer. Yeah, there you go.
What?
There you
So
go.
it's like June '91. I'm living in Tucson, Arizona. All right. My dad's got me into wrestling and comic books and all other cool stuff that I'm into now, as you can see behind me. And I knew my dad liked wrestling, but this was the moment that I knew it was cool to like the guy who was the bad guy before Razor Ramon. I know. So we're at the top. Our noses are bleeding, right? And freaking the Mountie is calling out people left and right after his match. And I was like, who's going to come out? Like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior? Like, what's going on? Nope. It's this giant ass man with a blonde glistening mullet. And he was intimidating. I was like, wow, that's a massive man. And I look over at my dad to ask who he is. And he's talking to somebody else. They're like, who's that? Who's that? And he goes, it's fucking Psycho Sid or Sid Justice. And I was like, holy shit, my dad just cussed like that in front of me to other people that we don't know. And from whatever reason, that's the moment it clicked for me for wrestling. It was like, holy shit, I can like bad guys. And it almost killed my Hulkamania love. Eventually, that just went away. But that was the moment, and that was the first time I'd seen Psycho Sid live. Now, the second time I saw Psycho Sid live, fast forward a bunch of years. This is, I think, again in June when they came to St. Louis for Raw 1000. And I got to see Psycho Sid one more time, along with Doink the Clown, I think, Rikishi, Lita, APA, so many other great talents. And they all kicked Heath Slater's butt, and it was freaking awesome. And then when I lived in Japan, I want to say a year before you left, Joe, there was a local wrestling show with this dude. I don't even remember the guy's name. But they had this little local show. It was like 30 minutes. You could call in and talk and answer questions. Well, that's where I first found out about Psycho Sid loving softball so much. And I was like, what? This doesn't make any sense to me. This big man's going to play softball? Thought it was the weirdest harebrained thing I ever heard in my life. But I did also answer a question right. It was it was the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And I got like a $25 Burger King or Popeye's gift card. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
And just before we left Tucson, Arizona to move to Okinawa, Japan, this figure was like one of the last figures like on the rack. And I bought it. Well, my parents bought it. And I've had this ever since. And he's the only WCW figure I've ever had. I think wow. That might be a lie. I might have had one other one like this, but I lost it. And he got the belt out of it. So I've always had this. I always will have this. And it's super awesome. And we're going to miss Psycho Sid.
All right. Psycho Sid sadly passed away. I don't think they gave a reason yet, did they?
Cancer.
Oh, yeah. Cancer.
I'm sure there's more details, but.
Oh, yeah. So, SmackDown opened with the Grayson Waller report. They had Cody on there. And Grayson Waller was basically trying to convince Cody that KO has turned on pretty much everybody he's ever teamed with. And, like, watching it played out like that, I'm like, holy fuck, he really has. And what cracked me up about this segment when he was like, well, Cody, they all kind of deserved it, except Kofi. Kofi totally didn't deserve it. Like, that made me laugh. Like, that was some good shit. And what I found very interesting about this segment was they mentioned Chris Jericho. They showed Chris Jericho. Like,
oh, man.
Like, yes, they did.
The whole list thing. And, dude, like, I was like, I didn't think we did that. Like,
well, they mentioned fucking like last week or something like Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
It was a Sheamus, it was the Sheamus match or whatever. So I mean, I think it's Triple H being like, people know they used to work here. Like you
Yeah.
can't hide the fact that these people worked here.
Right.
So why try to, because that's the thing too, you know, like I've noticed a little bit more Dean Ambrose and shit, you know, if they're talking about whatever. So like I think he's not like Vince where he's just kind of like, you know, if it's within reason, talk about it, because it else oh yeah, I forgot about the list. Honestly, like I forgot about that whole thing until they showed that shit. Like just like
I use that all the
Just
time.
make the list.
Yeah, I do that to people all the time. They hate it. I love it.
But continuing with smacking your ass.
Then we had LA Knight versus Santos Escobar for the U.S. title.
In the nation's capital.
Yes, in Washington D.C.
Like, that was kind of a bad choice.
Yeah, right. You had some interference from Angel and Berto. Like it was a pretty good match. It's just this whole, I don't know, like this and the next segment. I want something more to it, I guess. Like it's real plain chicken, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then we had Naomi, Belair, and Cargill versus Fire, Dawn, and Davenport. And I don't know. It was just
Felt filler.
yeah. But I did notice something cool that all three of the girls on with Bianca, Cargill, and Naomi, they all their singlets were ones that Simone Biles had worn in the Olympics.
Yep.
That's awesome. Did they? So cool. They matched thematically, right?
Yes. Yeah. In Washington D.C. Wow, I didn't even pick up on that shit, dude. Naomi, Belair, and Cargill defeated them. It was an okay match.
Do you guys feel that?
I do feel. I have a lot of feelings.
That Jade is not being used as a lot of people thought she was going to be at this point in time?
Not at all. I thought she would be in that
like
world championship
realm.
Yeah. And the same with Bianca. Bianca doesn't deserve to be down there.
No.
Like it's really weird management, I would say. And I don't know. So apparently we're not going by Freebird rules anymore. Because Solo and Bloodline came out and Solo made this whole speech.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he promoted Jacob Fatu to his enforcer. And Tonga Loa are the tag team champions. And like he is getting so much heat right now. It's just delicious.
Yes.
Like it is glorious how much heat Solo's getting. And like it's perfect. And they're like, oh, you want Roman? Well, Roman's not here. And I'm like, wow, like, and dude, like, it was great. So then you had a little bit of a tag team match between Street Profits. Like, is it just me?
What are we doing?
Or did Angelo's the heavier one, right? Yeah, right?
Yes, from Cleveland.
He's lost so much fucking weight.
Yeah.
Dude,
What are they doing with those guys?
I don't know, man. And then you had DIY come out, and like it was just.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
The segment started cool, and it just kind of turned into a chaotic mess. And then because of what happened at the beginning of the night, our main event was A-Town Down Under versus KO and Cody. I mean, the wrestling was great in this match. Like, and the segment right before this, do something with Chelsea Green. Like, she is phenomenal. She's smoking hot. Like, she's great. And you're just keeping her here. And she's the highlight of this whole thing is her just stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. And it's the highlight of that whole segment. But like,
She was great in Lucha Underground too.
Yes, she was. So KO and Cody win. It was KO like, see, I'm not turning on you. I'm not sure where they're going with this angle with it, but that was the SmackDown Slam Down.
Should we call them Coyote?
Ooh, Coyote. I like that.
Like, I'm assuming fucking Cody will win Saturday.
Well,
And
we'll get to that in a minute after Drew hits us with no rundown. All right, you ready for your solo, sir? Go.
I didn't watch Raw this week. That's why I did Psycho Sid.
yeah, dude, he put in the thing. There's no Raw rundown.
I had no Raw rundown.
I know. I was just making him embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I don't embarrass.
All right. Raw results. I watched it this morning. Un moment.
I actually think my schedule's going to flip and I'm going to have more time to watch SmackDown than I will Raw.
All right, so just 5 days before Bash in Berlin, WWE Raw rolled into Providence, Rhode Island with a packed go-home show. The big highlight for tonight was Uncle Howdy made his in-ring debut. The Intercontinental Championship #1 contender tournament kicked off, and we got the latest from Judgment Day and the Terror Twins as their heated rivalry continued. So here's our card. Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable. Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed. You had the fallout between the Judgment Day and the Terror Twins. RKO makes an appearance. IC Championship contender match #1. The Miz, Pete Dunne, and Xavier Woods. And then you have match #2. Kofi, Karrion, and Jey Uso. The new Judgment Day kicks off the show. You have the LWO come out. And as Carly talked about, her love, Dominic Mysterio, shined once again. I didn't really get the LWO's involvement.
Okay, thank you. I was going to ask.
It made absolutely no sense to me. But out of nowhere, you have the LWO marching out to like, hey, son, I'm going to punch you in your face. But, like, everything else with it was great. I dug the segment. Judgment Day defeated LWO.
What?
Yep.
Their push is over.
And then we had Damage Control versus the newest named faction we have, Pure Fusion Collective. What the serious fuck?
Yeah,
I mean, they're
such a
trying
terrible
something
name.
new, but it's not. It didn't land.
That is awful.
I really feel like somebody just put numerous words on a fucking like dartboard, and they just threw 3 darts, and like that was
That's
what
like
it
a
rolled out.
bad like AI like come up with. Somebody chat GPT women's tag team names.
Just call himself. If they just call himself PFC and just left it like that, it's a little bit better. It's not a lot better, but it's a little bit better.
No, it's not. There's
Damage
so
Control
much wrong
one.
with PFC.
It was okay wrestling. We had a segment backstage. Kofi and Xavier talked about their big night as part of the #1 contenders tournament, but there was still clear tension between them as the future of the New Day is murkier than ever before. Drew McIntyre gives a little bit of promo.
You talk about the bracelet?
Yeah, like I really hope this ends at Bash at Berlin.
It's not gonna.
I really do because
It's not gonna.
you're talking about a fucking bracelet. I'll go to Joann's and make a new one so they each can have one. And
Here's what I see happening. I see Punk beating Drew to make it like an even, and then there's going to be one more at like Survivor Series, and it will be for the bracelet.
I fucking
Legitimately
On a
like,
pole match.
Yes, bracelet on a pole match on top of a cage outside.
So we had
Bracelet on the dome match.
our first contenders match of the night, main event: Jey Uso, Kofi Kingston, and Karrion Kross.
Who won? I was a big
Fucking great wrestling. Like the combination between these three were great. There was a lot of near falls. There's a lot of great spots, and Karrion Kross actually didn't look half bad. But our boy, Mr. Yeet himself, came out on top. Randy Orton came out and gave it almost felt like a goodbye, like the beginning of a goodbye fucking speech that he was giving. And like he made comments, oh, look, you guys, like 15 years to chant my name, and da. So I was thinking, and what if Randy beats Gunther? Okay,
I hope so.
Wins the title. So now at this point, Randy is tied with Cena and Flair.
Yep.
Because Randy's at 15, Cena and Flair are at 16. So
Oh,
Randy
Randy was at 14.
I thought, well, hey.
I could be wrong. I don't know why. I don't know why
Well,
I thought that. But.
It'll matter into what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got 14. Shit, so that kind of fucks up my thing. Or maybe not. So Randy wins it. Now he's got his 15th. Cena wins it off Randy. Okay, at Mania, wherever.
Okay.
Randy wins it back at SummerSlam, so you give Cena like a 2.5 month reign. So now Randy is tied with Flair, one behind Cena. And then when Randy retires, he ties with Cena as the all-time championship holders. What do you think about that?
I could see Triple H doing that for Randy.
Like,
ever since they
those
replaced him
two-
in Evolution with Randy, he felt like he's the chosen one. So,
like those two, like came up. They were like the Rock and Stone Cold of that generation. Like,
yeah,
oh,
I can dig it.
fucking
It would turn me
poetry in motion.
I like
baby.
that.
And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but they reinforced the posts. Okay, did you see the tin metal around the posts? Because
did
you had
not.
Bronson Reed versus Braun
Oh.
Strowman.
That was actually a better match than I thought it was going to be.
They are both very agile big men, and I dug this match. Like this was the first big man match I've seen in a long time, and they just went backstage. They were smashing cars. Braun Strowman got taken out in an ambulance because Bronson Reed climbed probably a good 15 feet above him and just belly flopped right on him. Oh, sheesh.
That's awesome.
So here's my thing. Like that, it's whatever at first for a few times, but like if they keep going with this, like, oh, and he did it again, and this have internal bleeding, and they're at the hospital. Oh, it's gonna get old quick.
Oh,
it's
whatever.
one of those like you do it like to a couple people like storyline, like, oh, Seth's out, we probably want to take some time, like whatever. Like, but if you just constantly like every time Bronson Reed fucking wrestles somebody, oh, he does a tsunami, and oh, there goes that person, like after a bit it's just gonna be like kind of like a Goldberg thing.
I actually dug this, and it's more believable like than some of the backstage shit that they do. I was down for it.
I liked it. I just hope they don't beat it to death.
Right.
Like there's a certain
even
point.
like when Braun Strowman went solo and he had that program with Roman Reigns, like that like went on too far, like the ambulance flip and all that shit. It went too far. Then we have our second contenders match of the night. The Miz versus Xavier Woods versus Peter Dunne. And again, great fucking wrestling match. Like these guys. Yes, Garrett. Garrett, did you have your hand up?
No.
Okay.
Perfect.
Shut
Spot
the
on.
fuck up. But the wrestling was great. These guys, like, I fucking love the Miz, man. Like, he just fucking, he gets all of it. Like, he just gets it. And everything he's in, he doesn't need to be in the spotlight. God bless the fucking real world. That's all I gotta say.
I'm tempted to find that season and watch it.
So that's like one of the seasons that's not on Paramount Plus because I actually went to go do that this summer. Like they have like sporadic seasons on there. And then we had Uncle Howdy's debut. And let me tell you, if I didn't know better, I would have thought Bray Wyatt was in the fucking ring, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it was eerie.
Like he emulated his style, his movement, and everything so well. Like it was fucking creepy, man.
It was a great match, though.
It was an awesome match.
It was, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that whole thing.
I don't know if I dig the army green colored Uncle Howdy mask.
The hair I wasn't a fan of. Like how they changed it. It was like dreads or kind of, you know, like
it looked like
hair used to be, but
it looked like he just put like a gray wig over his dreads and kind of like twisted them up a bit. Like,
yeah. But they just kind of like became poofy and just weird, like.
And I mean, like, do what you gotta do. Like the wrestling was fucking great. Like the in and out, the back and forth. Like Chad Gable, he's a fucking master. He has come so fucking far from American Alpha. Oh, Drew's shooting off fireworks again. Either that or the orgasms.
Both. I forgot what I was gonna say now. What was that other?
Sorry.
He was talking
Cable's
about it on
ready.
a fucking podcast. What was that other character that he was like? It's fucking like Shorty. Was it Shorty G?
Yeah, he was Shorty G for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was either do that or like get cut, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's had his run of whatever. No, it's been good. Like again, like I said last week, they are using it perfectly. They're not over.
Yes.
It's there. They're not oversaturating it. It's not every single week you're seeing them wrestle. It's like every other week, and even the last night, like Wyatt Six were involved, but not so much that it took away from the match. You know,
Right.
It was like just enough to fucking do what they had to do, but the match was still the main focus. So it was kind of nice to see that. I was sad because I was tired and wanted to go to bed, and they didn't fucking say it was the main event. So I was hoping it'd be like halfway
they
through before I go
gotcha.
fucking sleep.
Yeah.
But no, it was great, and I'm also glad they haven't used them on pay-per-view. It's just they're doing things the right way, in my opinion.
All right, let's take our votes. We got 5 matches for Bash at Berlin. 5. Gunther versus Randy.
I
Gunther.
hope Randy wins, but I have a feeling that Gunther's going to win. That's just.
So, I've presented 2 theories on why Gunther will win last week about the whole Captain America versus the Nazis. And now I have an alternate theory with Randy. So, honestly, I'm going for the Randy story. I want to see Randy.
Oh, I would love to see him win. I feel like they're not going to fucking. Nice.
Exactly, Drew.
They're not going to fucking, like, take it off of fucking Gunther soon, like, which kind of sucks. Like, I'm just meh. But I hope Randy wins. I will be pleasantly surprised and happy if he wins.
Take that, take that, Red Skull, Nazi.
So, Drew, Todd here is saying that he thinks it's going to be Gunther, but he wants it to be Randy, right?
I think it's Gunther. I want it to be Gunther.
Okay. Match 2, Cody versus KO. It's the American Nightmare, guys. Cody's not losing.
Coyote. It'll be Coyote who wins.
I am honestly kind of getting bored with the Cody fucking title.
Oh my
shit.
God,
It's
right?
kinda like,
Jesus.
at first it was cool and he did whatever and but now it's just kind of to a point where you're like,
Hey, you know when you
Okay.
beat the head of the table and you thought maybe the bloodline was going to go away? Guess again, dickbag. We're going to get 20 more years of bloodline because every single fucking member is in the WWE. Welcome to Monday Night is Bloodline. Sorry.
bloodline.
Then we have the Terror Twins versus Dom and Liv.
Oh, I
Terror
fucking
Twins.
love that nickname.
Dom
And I
and
love
Liv
them.
win. They do something shady with the Judgment Day and win.
Of course.
No, I say that Rhea and Priest are gonna win, and they'll get some. If Judgment Day, they'll get some weird help, like help that no one will see come. I don't know who. I'm not being like, oh, it'll be, like. I just have a funny feeling if Judgment Day tries to get involved, that you're just gonna it's gonna be like Ray and the LWO, or you're just gonna see people that
That's
you
probably
just would
what
be
it'll
like,
be.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, where did that go on from? But I'm thinking regardless, I think that Rhea and Priest are gonna win.
Punk
I think so.
versus McIntyre.
Punk.
Punkintyre.
Punk,
Punky Brewster.
Punk. Garrett, what do you say?
I love CM Punk. He is my dream man. That's CM Punk.
And then the Unholy Union versus Bianca and Jade for the women's.
I wonder if Bianca and Jade will lose, and then we'll finally get the turn on
That's
each
what I
other.
Hope so.
That's my
Who
that's
turns
my
who?
guess.
I don't know, but they'll turn on each other. It just needs to happen at this point in time. That's the way to kind of bring them back into.
Prominence.
All right. So,
What else? Was that it?
Garrett, yeah, that's the last match. Garrett, what do you have for Movie Masterpiece Theater this week?
I can't even think of anything. Two things super quick. One, Ricochet made his AEW debut.
Who?
Ricochet.
No, who?
Rico Shet.
Prince.
Rico Chat. Rico Chat.
Rico Chet.
But yeah, which everybody pretty much knew he was going to show up there. But
I was shocked.
I was shocked. I was, oh my god.
My face.
Fucking Brie was there. She was brought out when
Yeah.
Daniel won that shit. And the other thing is completely like it's wrestling related, but not. So I was watching like a brief clip. Violent J from ICP was on like whatever.
Oh yeah, this is great.
podcast
Kevin Nash.
click.
Kevin Nash was.
So they're asked about wrestling and stuff, and he said, "Now if this ain't fucking some backyard wrestling show, I don't know what it is." He said that they would take railroad ties. They stole railroad ties from the fucking train tracks, waited till it rained, pounded them into the ground with sledgehammers, fucking drilled holes in them, and took hose that they were like stealing out of people's like garbage cans and shit, and ran those through the fucking posts, and that was their ring. Like, if that ain't some fucking back-ass backyard wrestling shit, like, I don't know what
Juggalo
is.
stuff.
That's beyond Juggalo shit. That's fucking just Detroit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It is.
Like, just
Hey,
yeah.
did you guys ever hit that wrestling ring down on 8 Mile?
I think Jay said something about whoever owns a house, like the fucking wrestling, like it's still up in the backyard. Like whoever like owns like that house now.
That's awesome. I didn't know that part.
Cray.
Yeah, he said that like towards the end, but it was funny. I was like, it's just fucking yeah. He was like, people started like once we started to become rappers and we were still fucking wrestling. He's like, people started to come to the shows to see us without paint. He's like, this was before the internet. He was like, we didn't want people seeing us without paint. He was like, but yeah, his name was like Corporal Daniel or something like that. He's like, you can find my matches on YouTube, like from back in the day. I'm like, I might have to fucking watch that. See how terrible it was. So
All right.
that's all I got. Those are two things I want to talk about.
So Garrett should have an episode tomorrow. If not, then he doesn't. If he does, he does. Check back with us next Tuesday. We'll be able to tell you the fallout from SmackDown and Bachelor and Raw.
You should
Garrett
Rico
might
check
be
that
here.
out.
I do not know because my name is only Joe. Joe. Bye-bye.